Hey folks, this is Billy D. KY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be UFC 107 post-fight commentary. I'm going to start off with the first fight. Frank Mir versus Czech Congo. And I mean, I don't know what you say, man. That was just awesome. You know, Frank Mir hits him, knocks him down, then chokes him out. I didn't see that coming. I really didn't. I didn't see him knocking Czech Congo down and then doing that. I figured he'd submit him, but I didn't figure he'd knock him down and just totally dominate Czech Congo from the beginning to the end. And I think it shows that Frank Mir's knockout over Antonio Nogueira wasn't just because Nogueira had flu or whatever it was, or strep or whatever it was, you know. And you gotta love that stare down, man. Or the touch gloves, come out fighting. Neither one of them had any intentions of touching gloves. That was hilarious. And what I gotta say, wow, the big boys better watch out, because a talented, motivated, strong, top of the weight in at 264 Frank Mir is gonna be a beast to handle, even maybe for Brock Lesnar. So, you know, the disrespect showed by Brock Lesnar woke up a giant in Frank Mir, and you know, if Brock Lesnar gets his ass whipped and hurt after he gets healthy by Frank Mir, it's like, you know what? You got what you deserve. Great job, Frank Mir, and I'm sure there's some people in France right now really disappointed, but you know what? That's just the way it is. Sorry about your loss, folks. Okay, next fight. Kenny Florian versus Clay Guida. Boy, I'm telling you what, Kenny Florian is good, man. He put on a clinic on Guida. He looks so far superior in his defeating of Clay than Diego. I mean, it wasn't even really close. And you know, after watching, I was like, oh man, Diego's going to be in some serious trouble with BJ after seeing how good Kenny was with Guida, and how, you know, Diego really didn't put on. He sort of faded in the second, third rounds with Clay. So let's talk about round one just a little bit. I thought it was a mistake when Kenny went for that head kick and then got taken down, but I was really impressed with Kenny getting back up, and I knew Clay was going to have a hard time with Kenny if Kenny was able to get back up. And then, boy, that was a nice slam by Kenny. You just don't expect Kenny to slam people, and you know, Kenny's taking his game to a new level, but it'll be interesting to see if he gets another shot at BJ and what he can do with it. But you know, BJ's another beast. You're gonna have some serious, real spiritual training to compete with BJ. Okay, Kenny rocks Guida in the second round, and you know, basically all you gotta say is, you know, it's a great job of Kenny. Kenny put on a clinic, and you know, it's a great job, man. Excellent job. Next fight, BJ Penn versus Diego Sanchez. Oh, there's going to be some crying tonight. I can hear it already. There were so many positive people out there for Diego, and I tried to tell you he wasn't going to win. I told you I was going to tell you so, but I'm not going to say it. Diego's got to get rid of the tension. That's all there is to it. That's ego. Ego stems from tension. Tension is trying to exert your will on the world. It's just ego, folks. And when you're tensed up, you've already cut back some of your power. So real power comes from being gentle. And if you watch the Dana's blog on the way-in, you can see how loose and chill BJ is and how tense and Diego is, and it's just wasted energy. Again, use your energy wisely. It's probably the best mixed martial arts tip I can give you. Use your energy wisely. So let's start the stare down. That was funny. BJ didn't even want to get close. He was afraid Diego take a pot shot at him, I think, or something. So that was funny. And then round one, Diego gets rocked. I mean, you know, BJ is a beast in the first round, and like somebody had said this in football, you know, speed kills, and that pretty much is any sport, it seems like. One thing I'm really happy that Herb Dean didn't do, because Herb Dean in the past had done this, he did not stop that fight when Diego's still fighting. I was so happy, because I'd have been so disappointed. We'd had to have a rematch, and I'm so glad that Diego weathered that storm so he could see what would happen in 5 rounds or close to 5-round fight. And good job, Herb Dean. You got to give his hats off for not stopping it early, and you got to give the hats off for Diego. He is one tough guy. There's no doubt of that. And not there was any doubt of it, but you know we've seen it tonight. One thing you don't see much from BJ Penn is the leg kicks, which we did see one at the very end. But I would like to see more leg kicks by his opponents, because if you start trading punches with BJ, he's going to out counter you, outspeed you, outmind you. You gotta set those things up, I think, with a leg kick. You know, leg kick and then come in with the punch, or you know, I think you gotta use leg kicks on BJ. Do the low ones or something, and keep your guard up, you know, so you don't get knocked out in the process. Let's see, let's see what else I had to say. Wow, that cut that he put on Diego's head. I mean, you could see it when they showed it in slow motion. Diego's head, no cut. Leg comes up, hits him, pulls away. Instantly, you see that cut, man. That thing must have been 2 inches wide, maybe a 1/4 inch. I mean, I'm sure it went to the skull, man. That was nasty. Diego's lip was all busted up, not to mention all the other stuff. And I mean, BJ's the man. I mean, I'm trying to think. Frankie Edgar, I think, would have a good chance because he's sort of quick. And can't remember the guy, the strong wrestler that's getting ready to fight. Can't remember his name right off, but he may give BJ a. But I don't even think he'll give BJ a. Hey, Frankie Edgar's a guy I'd like to see fight next, or Kenny again. Next fight, Paul Buentello versus Stefan Struve. Man, I thought Stefan had Buentello right at the beginning of that first round, but good survival. And then the second round, Buentello, Struve's coming in, and Buentello times that punch. Boom! All I was thinking is, holy shit, great punch. I thought he had him knocked out. And I was like, he finally hit that damn giraffe. You know what I mean? That guy was like a damn giraffe in there. His legs was coming up above Buentello's hips. I mean, just standing up. I was just crazy. Then he whacks him again. Then he does that smile. Anytime a guy gets hit and smiles, I've got a book on body language, and basically when somebody smiles, it's a form of submission. It's like, please don't hurt me anymore, even though he may try to play it off, you know, like, yeah, I'm a tough guy. I'm smiling because I'm tough and that didn't hurt me. That means it always hurt. The smile is always a submissive thing. A real badass guy ain't going to smile at you. He's going to stare you down. Anyway, I think Buentello's biggest mistake in this fight was keeping that distance and not just going in and taking a few punches to get in close so he could hit the skyscraper. Because when he stayed at distance, he was always at the end of it. It was like a Tim Sylvia fight. You know, always at the end of everything. And he really needed to have like a Randy Couture strategy. Short leg kick and come in with the overhand right or something like that. It also reminded me of not a Vander Holyfield, but Lennox Lewis back in the day, always keeping guys back at bay. But I wouldn't mind to see Roy Nelson fight either one of these guys. I think they're about at the same level, and I think that would be a good fight. So, like I said, I'd like to see Roy Nelson fight either one of these. Next fight, Alan Belcher versus Wilson Govea, and I mean, basically it looked like Alan Belcher really been working on his food, getting trimmed up. He looked real thin, didn't have a lot of extra fat on him, so he might be able to muscle up a little bit more for that weight category. And I almost thought it looked like an eye poke, but maybe it wasn't. Anyway, good job, Alan Belcher. And then the last one, or not the last one, DeMarcus Johnson versus Edgar Garcia. It was it's a pretty good little fight, and strong submission attempt by Edgar Garcia, and then nice triangle by DeMarcus Johnson. So anyway, good job, DeMarcus. And last fight I'm going to be talking about is John Fitch versus Mike Pierce. I think the overwhelming take on this fight it was a low drama fight. And I think that's why John Fitch doesn't get the recognition he deserves, as being a tough guy. He's in probably low drama fights that don't draw him up a lot of emotion, and that don't really put a lot of people in the seats. So I did like the wisdom I've seen out of those, though. Talks the least and does the most. I like that. And then hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard. So anyway, I better close short on this before we get past 10 minutes. And if you don't mind, please rate it. And until next time, folks, later, folks.